Markets are in massive pain right now, from the cryptocurrency market all the way to the stock market. I mean, everything is red right now. And I understand that a lot of people are not really feeling good about this. A lot of people are not excited. People are not even checking their accounts. Some people are selling everything. So, I understand it is very painful out there. So in this video, what we're going to do is we'll take a look at the cryptocurrency market. And what I mean by cryptocurrency market is we'll take a look at Bitcoin, and then I will provide you guys with my opinion as far as where I see Bitcoin going on right now, where we kind of see Bitcoin is still kind of, you know, keeping its ground in the low, in the 30s where it is trading right now. And the other thing is we will also talk a little bit of the implications as far as what is going on with the Federal Reserve right now. And, and a lot of people talking, in the media about a potential recession. And that's, basically scaring a lot of people. And so we'll just get into a little bit of that, and I'll share my opinion as far as what I think. So welcome to Chibind Brothers. My name is Joel, and if in this video I provide you with any value whatsoever, please at that point allow me to ask you to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. So now, first thing before we even get into the Bitcoin chart, now what we're seeing in the market is most people are talking about a recession. And the reason why a lot of people are talking about a recession is because of the interest rates and inflation. Now, because we've seen really high inflation numbers, the Federal Reserve, which is the central bank of the United States, has decided that it was going to start tapering, and they started talking about these talks, in late 2021 into 2022, when we actually, some of these tapering and the rate hike actually started to being implemented. And what we're seeing now is, the last time the Feds came out, they were hinting for a more aggressive rate hike, which that is a big issue, because the real reason why the Fed are trying to hike the rates is because they're trying to combat inflation, right? Because the higher the inflation is, the more the prices of goods and services increase, the more the purchasing power of individuals go down. So increasing the rate will actually help out individual to kind of be able, and the economy to be able to fight the inflation that is happening right now. But personally, I think that the Feds won't be able to do this. And I think that one of the big reasons that is happening right now because of the rate hike is, an increase in the rate will have an effect on companies and corporations' revenue, because a lot of these corporations have huge amounts of debts that they have on their balance sheets, which they use for, expanding their business and stuff like that. So because a lot of these companies have really high debts and basically corporate bonds, with high interest rates, a lot of them will be defaulting on their debt. And that will be a problem, because when companies, margins get slashed down and then they start defaulting on their debt, some of these companies will be forced to lay off people. And that will be, that's basically how a recession starts. I'm hoping not to have a recession, but guys, we have to be prepared for anything, because it feels like, the Federal Reserve is ready to really, be aggressive with their rate hike to combat inflation, because the new administration in place right now, I think they're also worried about getting reelected, especially with prices and goods and services that are super high. So they're going to try and do everything to fight that, so they can show consumers that, hey, things are getting better. But at the same time, it might take a toll on the economy. So that right there is one big problem, that because it's creating this fear and doubt and uncertainty, or FUD, in the market. You also have people even in the cryptocurrency market that are deciding to sell, right? And that's why we're seeing these massive sell off, because some people, are taking gains, and some people, are just scared to lose their life, savings and things like that. So people are selling, which is what we are seeing in the market right now. And that is creating a lot of the pain. So now let's get into the chart of Bitcoin. And now that we get into the chart of Bitcoin, I would like you to look at the pattern that we've been seeing in the past, months, ever since, like January of 2022, is we see this this trend line type of channel, where the price going from about $34,000 to hitting 45, like a $10,000 channel back down to, 35, and then goes up to eating about 40, 40, 47, 48, and then now the price is coming back down again. So with what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a potential pattern where the price might keep going up like this, down, and then up, or up here, the price may actually go above that and then get squeezed out into that triangle, ascending triangle. We're just not sure exactly what is going on into the market right now. And I really don't want to be super bullish. I'm very neutral in the market right now because, we kind of have to see how some of these things are going to play out. We kind of have to see what the Federal Reserve is going to do. And, normally these kind of assets should be really good during times of high inflation, right? Because Bitcoin will be considered a store of value, and so high inflation should be a good thing. But in the meantime, we kind of see that even in the short term, we see that this asset, the crypto market is still kind of basically coupled with the equity market or the stock market, and it's basically creating the relationship that we're seeing, and everything is going down. Because if you look in the stock market right now, Nasdaq is down, the S&P 500 is down, the Dow Jones is down. So I mean, guys, things are not looking good out there. So what I'm seeing on the chart with Bitcoin here is that we see that Bitcoin is still holding ground, is still holding this resistance right here, and this resistance is actually ascending, right? It's an ascending resistance, it's increasing. And what we're seeing here is, we're seeing higher lows and higher highs. So, it shows that, we might, as long as we stay within this channel, we can kind of stay neutral. Once we go below that, that's going to be a problem. But the other thing too is like, the 200-day moving average, is kind of pointing downward. That's not really good. And then the 50-day moving average is kind of flat, which is why, all of these things that are making me kind of be very cautious and, stay neutral. I don't want to be too bullish because, things are very hefty in the markets right now. So, now that we've shared exactly what I think about what's going on in the market and Bitcoin, now the question is, what am I doing? Right? I know some of you may be curious to know what I'm doing. So personally, right now, I think that I'm adopting a more conservative approach where I'm not trying to buy, I'm not trying to sell. I think, I have pretty good positions where right now I'm just observing, I'm just looking. I'm preparing myself that things may get bad, may get hefty, and I'm ready to hold through the pain for however long we have to hold. And then, during that time, if I get some good deals, I may decide at the time to buy some. But right now, especially in the crypto market, I'm really not buying anything. I might just be buying in the stock market, but mostly just dollar cost averaging, DCA, in like index funds. But this video is mostly about the Fed, the implication of the Fed and cryptocurrency. So we're not really going to get into more of the stock market, but if you want more, please let me know in the comment section below. We can do some more talks about that as well. So guys, I hope that I provided you with enough value in this video, and if that was the case, please allow me to ask you to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification, as it helps us with the YouTube algorithm to get our message to a wider audience. Thank you, and I'll see y'all in my next video on Sunday. Bye bye.